It's saying, oh, did you turn off your Wi-Fi? Oh, you live already.
Don't matter. I mean, because I don't think they have Wi-Fi here anyway.
Well, no, but I mean, if somebody's using like a router, your phone could be trying to connect to
Oh,
their.
okay. Well, I would hope not.
I usually just turn.
They
off
got
the
like
Wi-Fi.
Spectrum or something. Then I don't know. Like I just told everybody what kind of internet I got. It's okay. It don't matter. Hey Tiff, how are you? I may turn off the comments because we don't want to get distracted. Or what you want to do?
You can see how they're low.
Okay. Well, at any rate, I'm here with Purple Hearts, who is hiding from the camera right now, trying to be all up in her phone.
No, they were giving me Milani updates.
Oh, okay, so she's getting updates from my niece. At any rate, I am good. I am amazing, Goddess. Thank you. We are at a lake, and I guess the ducks, is that a duck or a geese? What is that?
We gonna say
Some
geese.
type of something with wings.
Probably the violent ass geese.
Something with wings is here. So, oh wait, here's one right here. Let me see if I can turn the camera around. There it is. Oh, and it's gonna pose for the camera. Look at it. It is posing. There go them loud ones over there. Look. That's a little ghetto. Oh my God. He gonna say a chupacabra.
Who? Oh, who else?
It's not a chupacabra. I guess it's gonna turn around and do its own little thing. You done looking at me? Anyway. The scenery here is awesome. This is gorgeous. We ain't came upon this waterfall that we're looking for just yet, but we will. A swan. He said a swan pelican duck. What the heck? Well, this right here is a duck because it's actually quacking. I don't know if I can.
That was talking.
Can I zoom in? Oh, you can zoom in. I didn't even know you could zoom in when you're live. So that is an actual duck. I wish I could see his little feet pedaling. But anyway, so as soon as she done like ignoring us or whatever and came hop on the camera.
Okay. Hi everybody.
And look, Aflac duck. That's what you see what I'm talking about. At any rate.
So you should be here.
Like a sign that
Yeah,
says you should be here. Well, you know. At any rate. Releasing, being in nature and being able to just let go
It's a cute spider web.
of things that do not serve you. He said go home.
No.
She said no. That's y'all fight. I'm not in that. I was already fighting with Ty earlier. He told me, right, and again, and gonna tell me to get the F off his phone. Excuse me, sir. Whatever. Tell me to get off your phone. I'm an adult.
Okay.
Adult to your adult right now.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Still, you know what? I'm gonna get the sun, okay? I'm gonna get all the sun.
Exactly. We're going to be chocolate by the summer.
Yes.
Understand, we are going to be
Yes.
chocolate by the summer.
Chocolate girl summer.
We are going to be chocolate by the
Yes.
summer. Thank you. We gonna soak up the sun. Don't even worry about it.
Right.
Chocolate. Shoot. Anyway. What you got to say on the matter?
Well, I feel like it is very relaxing and releasing to just be out here with the fresh air, the sounds of nature, the sun. It definitely puts you in that mode. You know what? You know what?
And then we got Frack over here talking shit. Frick at home and here go Frack. Like, what the heck? Good
They not
grief.
okay.
Ren and
Neither one-
Stimpy.
Ren and
The
Stimpy,
hell?
right. Ren and Stimpy.
Talking
But
shit.
no. But it is always good to take these moments to get out into nature because it is very relaxing, relieving. Be one with yourself, do some releasing work. That is very, very important because the more you hold on to stuff, that brings you down, your vibration down, your alignment down. So regularly releasing is very
I'm about to turn the camera
important.
to fight. Not time for him. Talking about Thelma and Louise, whatever.
Yes.
We'll be that.
But yeah,
Shit.
so that is my take on, releasing, doing that work.
Yeah, I mean, definitely releasing is a major part of shadow work, and I think that's where a lot of people forget about is the releasing portion. You've brought it up, you've talked about it, you've acknowledged it, and keep in mind, this is not only the shit that people have done to you. This is also shit that you have done, even no matter, and I told a client this the other day, no matter how pure your intentions were, no matter how good you felt your intentions or your heart was, you have to accept the fact that sometimes you are the villain in someone else's story. And it is what it is.
You know what?
It is what it is.
Now I'm an emoji.
Now you done classified her as an emoji. Like, come on now. But just, being able to bring that shit to the forefront, being able to release it. So I'm going to ask you, because I know that we've done this work and my sister just did this work, and, we've talked about the things that has happened to her. How was your burn book process?
Well, for me, it was excellent. Just really when you sit there and you start to write things out, so many things come to mind. And it's like, man, I didn't really think about that, but it's clearly in your subconscious. It's something that your mind is focusing on. Mm-hmm. It's something that you are subconsciously holding on to, and that goes along too with like your alignment, your blessings. What's for you? What can you align with yourself? Well, you still got all that negativity back there. It was just so much. So much that I'm like, man, I actually haven't even thought about this in particular, but it's there in my mind. It all wanted to come out as I was writing. And I always tell myself too, like, oh, you should journal and that would probably have helped me to realize how much I still had on my mind or things that I really needed to let go of. But just really getting that down, getting that out, it really showed me like, man, like, is this really how you see like yourself or life experiences? It's just so much negativity that was just there and involved, and I'm like, I gotta let this, like I get told all the time, let that shit go. I gotta let this go. And the process of like when it came to doing the burning of the pages, it just felt like, okay, man, this is gone. Like I'm just getting rid of this forever. This is something that I'm just like putting behind me, and this is this. It just kind of has that release, and it was kind of, I don't know how anyone else kind of like burned their book or their pages, but my best friend busts out like his little barbecue grill. It don't have to be an expensive one, those little ones back in the day. Right now I got the gas grills, but like just a little charcoal one back in the day, you can transport, little one. We used the lighter fluid and everything. It made like a real big fire, so it looked real, very ritual-esque, a big fire, and it just kind of played into the whole aesthetic of everything. So it just like, it felt good. We lit candles and everything like that, and it just felt good to have that release. And just even watching the fire, it's like, hey, it's gone, it's done. We dumped the ashes as well into the lake.
Just a moving body of water or whatever.
And got rid of it, so we did that. It made it a whole event, and that was our night. We definitely did it that way, and it just felt good to make it feel like it's gone, it's done, it's over. So it was a really releasing experience. Felt like a weight lifted off, especially the next day. Felt real good the next day. So it was a good ritual.
So what happened after the fact. So you went through the burn book process, you released everything, you let that shit go. You know, we be talking about let that shit go. And so what happened afterwards? Like, what was your process, or the things that may have manifested that could have been stuck? I'll let you tell your story, not me.
Okay, so after, you know, releasing that, there were other things too. I did do that, the book, and it's not just doing the book, it's you know, letting go of behaviors as well. So it's who you connect with, who or what you're connecting with, who or what you're giving energy to. It's letting go of certain people, you know, that you know you should not even be dealing with, should not be connecting with, because just even, you know, talking to someone, I mean, even messaging now, even technology, you're creating an energy cord. Whenever you give energy to someone or something, you know, it's energy. You know, you allowing that exchange. You now open up for them to access you and pull from you, and you accessing whatever shitty energy they have.
Exactly.
So before doing that as well, it's cutting that shit off. Whoever it is, whatever the situation or whatever it may be that, you know, you should not be engaging with, even if it's not a person. Had to let that go. Had to just stop all communication. And even before I did my burn book, it was kind of like a test, because that person that I had to stop communicating with came back, you know, and was trying to push my buttons, let out all the stops that they knew would get me to respond, react. Did not absolutely fall into the trap. Like, I was able to just not even create that energetic cord. So did that, did my Let It Go book, shadow work as well. And for those of you, therapy as well. I've done therapy, lots and lots and lots of therapy. So, you know, depending on your situation, not telling everybody y'all need therapy, but it is very useful for change behaviors as well. Cognitive behavioral therapy is a thing. So after, you know, just working on a plethora of things over time, it's not overnight, it's not gonna change.
It sure ain't.
In one,
Trust me.
one day.
I had to remind that ass so much.
Yeah,
It wasn't.
Not gonna just, you know, snap your fingers and like, boom, we're here, we're there. But no, so after
Patience.
that, very much so patience.
And
so,
if you working with somebody, you gotta have patience. I have the patience of a saint working with this one.
well, everybody who deals with me has good patience. Because, you know, I'm not gonna lie, you know, I'm a little bit off, you know, I'm a little bit much. So whoever does deal with me on a day-to-day basis, you know, I love them, because I'm a lot to deal with. But in, you know, it's a lovable way. You know, I'm not, you know, I'm not like, this bitch gotta go. Not one of them. You know?
No. Like, her energy is just really intense. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, sometimes just be like, listen, ma'am.
Calm down.
Ma'am, like, what do we talk about? What have we been doing? Let's go. Breathe in, breathe out. What have we been doing? And Cindy, that actually is a really good question. What if they won't let you go? The energy is still attached. That's actually not true. When you break those cords, you break those cords. The only way that your energy can continue to go back and forth is if you are allowing those strings to happen. When you break those courses, when you, like she stated, change behavioral changes, cognitive changes, things of that nature, you break the cycle, you break the cord. No matter what they attempt to do, no matter how they try to reach out, no matter the things that they attempt to do and say to kind of get to you and get at you, as long as you continue to have that type of cord broken, blocked, stop thinking about, stop worrying about, those are things that you have to do. Those are things that you have to release. Oh yeah, absolutely. I know your situation 100%. And it's just, you know, those things, remember I told you, those mental things, those are things that you gotta still work on, those subconscious, those mental things. So remember, if you can remember when I told you to write all of that shit down, write it all down, get it all out, be honest with yourself, get everything out and be honest with you, burn that shit and let it go. Let it go to the wind. Don't continue to think on it. Don't continue to dwell on it. You have to have cognitive changes. Beautiful. And increasing exercise definitely helps. That's another reason why we're out here. I'll show you. I know you weren't at the beginning of the live, but I'll kind of show you. We're just at a very, very beautiful place in nature, absolutely gorgeous. Being able to just kind of walk around, get our blood pumping, working out, exercising, getting ourselves together, and, you know, just continuing to do the shadow work. You know what I'm saying? Shadow work is not a one-time thing. That is something that is, you know what I'm saying, ever going. It is it is not a one-time thing. Healing is not a one-time thing. It is not like, oh, okay, I'm just going to heal from this and be done with it, or, you know, and you never have to heal again. That's not true, because you're going to come across certain situations in your life that you're still going to have to heal from. No matter exactly what it is, you're going to come across certain situations in your life that you're going to need to heal from. But at this point, being able to do your shadow work, being able to do your releasing, you actually have the skill set to be able to do so, and it comes along real quick. It's a lot faster than it is initially. Shadow work fucking sucks. You know what I'm saying? That very first time around, I'm gonna tell you right now, anybody that knows me knows I am not a crier. I am not a person that is super emotional or anything like that. Going through my shadow work process, I never knew that I could cry that much. Never knew that I didn't even know that was in me. I didn't even know I had that much water in my body. You know, and it was a very horrible process to really have to grow through, but at the same token, I came out so much better. No, it's not cold. It's like, it's chilled. It's like a nice chill here, but it's not cold. Hey girl, hey. How you doing? But just one thing you always want to remember, releasing is a part of shadow work. Right. And sometimes, I mean, like she stated, you know, different strokes for different folks. You know, therapy is not always the answer or always for somebody. It doesn't always necessarily work. I've been to therapy in the past, and it helped for that moment. But the problem was there was still not a connection of understanding. They were kind of just listening to allow me to vent, if that makes sense. And that was just in my opinion. That was just my experience. So,
and it definitely depends on the type of therapist or type of therapy. What I specifically went through the first round, it was more intense. The company's called Able To. Now, they were free from my company, so I decided to tap in and utilize them after a certain amount of events that occurred. So like, if you have health insurance, you know, see about that. Able To also, I think, takes health insurance, so even if your company is not offering it free, you can see if your health insurance, you know, takes them as well. So with that, you know, I like that because it was not just the venting that you kind of see on TV. Like, I had a case manager that I did therapy with, as well as a coach. So now with my case manager, yes, I talked things through to him, but he was very receptive and gave feedback, validated emotions. I wasn't just talking just to talk. It was an exchange of information. And then with my coach, that's where we worked with the cognitive behavioral therapy. Like, she would actually give me papers and little assignments and worksheets to do before we met up. Well, it was all over the phone, but before we talked and everything like that. And we would go through those different cognitive behavioral changes. Like, my focus, I'll just say, I don't care. My focus was codependency, because that kind of was the key to how I got to everything or went through all the experiences that I have been through. So we focused a lot on codependency and changing, you know, just my thought processes or my behaviors. And so it was very receptive. And after I finished the Able To, they also had an extender program that I did. And after extender program, I also did a regular therapist through my my company also has like Teladoc with our insurance. So you do everything over video. And so I had picked a certain therapist, and she was also very like receptive, and I didn't just talk to talk. Like, you know, she would actually talk me through things, and, you know, kind of be like a sister, honestly, because she'd be like, so why do you care? You know, she'd be like, girl, like, you know, think about why you're getting upset over what he's doing or that, you know. She's like, you know, why, you know, would really break it down to me like, girl, you know. And so, like, I like that as well, that was, you know, the exchanges that I had in our therapy sessions, because she didn't sugarcoat, and it wasn't me just talking it out. It was a legit professional opinion as well as her experience. So that helped a lot. So it just kind of depends. And like I said, I don't know if there's any other type of companies like Able To, but I definitely did like having, you know, it was like a 12-week program and or something like that, and then the extender it was like 8 weeks and then 4 weeks of extender, but it was somewhere around like 12 weeks of that.
Right.
Was that on Teladoc? So Able 2 is not on Teladoc. They're their own company, and it is just one word, Able 2. So like the word Able, ABLE, and then TO, so Able 2. But the on Teladoc, you can look up different therapists and do virtual therapy sessions. And so you'll be on like video call. So yeah, those were great.
Yeah. And see, stuff like that is, you know, it is definitely awesome. Definitely releasing and shit like that. Now, again, that was just my experience. As you see, there's two totally different, you know what I'm saying, experience that people will get. So it's always good to hear it from a separate perspective, because there's so many more things and so many more different ways that you can, of course, get the assistance that you need if it comes to the point where you do need actual therapy. You know, shadow work, of course, is a therapy on its own. But again, shadow work a lot of times is something that you got to do on your own. Shadow work is something that you have to handle, but you have to have the mindset to handle. So if you don't have the mindset to handle it and you can't go it alone, you can 100% have a life coach. You can 100% have a partner, an accountability partner, ma'am.
Yes.
An accountability partner, because this one here, no ma'am, she will tell you. I was like, nope, you ain't doing that.
Yes.
No.
And shadow work is definitely separate from the therapy portion. Shadow work is definitely kind of like digging in, see what is going on, and you kind of working yourself on, you know, well, why is this going on? But therapy definitely, like I say, helps on other ends.
That, yeah.
If you, like I say, for me, I'm a certain way because of life experiences, you know, so therapy helps for that, dealing with that life experience stuff and how you move forward from it. But shadow work is definitely more personable, like, you know what I'm saying? So that one's different, like.
Yes, it is.
Like,
and,
why do I only want men with money? No, I'm just saying, like, like, you know, you're kind of digging deep and seeing, you know, what's rooted in that maybe. Like, why am I so toxic? You know, like, you kind of get into that, you know. But that's not me. That's not, no, I don't normally be dealing with men with money. I'm just saying.
Notice she said she don't normally be dealing with the men with money, but notice she didn't say nothing about her being toxic.
Oh, I'm not toxic. I'm not toxic either.
She's not. She's intense, but she's not toxic. She's intense, but she's not toxic.
Yeah.
But
it's a cancer. I don't know. Oh, I see. No, I don't know. Oh no, Karen's a cancer also. So it's the cancer in me.
Yes, Karen is a cancer. Yes, she is.
And I'm a Pisces moon. You know, I got the whole O.J. Simpson lineup in my chart, so I'm a bit intense.
I'm not going to comment on O.J. Simpson at all. Okay? I'm not going to go there.
Yeah, I'm intense with that Cancer sun, Pisces moon.
Good grief. And of course, I'm a Capricorn. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't be touching on emotions like that. You know what I'm saying?
I bring all the feels.
She does, and that's one thing I can tell you, that with me and her, we've developed such a sisterhood, and it was just so crazy, so uncanny from Witchy Poo, you know, and it's just been so uncanny, like the connection that we've had. And we do balance each other out. I am the logical one. She's the emotional one. So when I'm, you know, straight to the point, logic, she's just like, well, come on back and really think about da-da-da-da-da. And when she's emotion, then I'm like, well, come on back and let's think about the logic of it. So we are definitely a wonderful balance for each other.
Yeah.
So our friendship blossomed into, you know, sisterhood. So it is freaking amazing. And I mean, I've just never met a soul like hers. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that was just so awesome. And it went from me teaching you to, you know what I'm saying, to just literally just becoming a just major sisterhood. And it was just so awesome. Yeah, earth signs are like that. Like emotions, like what? Whoa, hold on now. I'm a gangster. Don't ever, like, don't you ever. You know what I'm saying? It's gangster all the time.
So talking about I'm being mushy.
Like, you too mushy for me, man. Like I ain't got time. Like, I can be sentimental. Don't get me wrong. I can be sentimental. I can be extremely sweet. All of that good shit. But when it comes to all them extra emotions, I don't delve in it. I ain't got time for that. I ain't got time for it. But back to the subject. Yes. I got totally off. But when it comes to releasing, that is a major part of shadow work, because of course you're bringing up those traumas, you're thinking about those things, you're writing those things down, you're getting that shit out. You at a one period of time are going to relive that trauma. One thing I tell people, if you have something that goes on in your past, whether it's with an ex, family member, or whatever, stop talking about it. And I'll tell you why. When you continue to talk about that low vibrational shit that has happened, you are now putting it back in your mind. You are now bringing it back to the forefront. Every time you talk about it, every time you sit up and mention that same shit that goes on over and over and over, you are reliving your trauma and you're staying in that vibration, and you're not going to move forward. You're going to be stagnant. You're going to have stagnant energy. Stagnant, everything that you try to manifest is just not going to work for you, because you're still stuck in that low vibrational plane. Instead of healing, doing the shadow work, getting rid of that shit and stop talking about it. I can tell anybody, I'm the type of person who will, you don't motherfucking exist real quick. And she's laughing because she knows it to be true. You know what I'm saying? Like, I will 100%, you don't motherfucking exist real quick. Thanos. Bye. Because I'm not going to continue to relive the trauma that you've given to me. I'm not going to continue to give you light. I'm not going to continue to give you energy of mine that you don't deserve. You don't deserve me talking about you. You don't deserve my energy. You don't deserve what I have to give unto this world. I'm going to stop talking about you. I'm going to stop thinking about you, and you're going to be forgotten. Don't give a shit what we've been through. If you're fucking toxic, you got to go. Friends, family, everything. I don't care who you are. I don't give a shit if we shared a womb together. Even if you was my twin and you're toxic as fuck, no, you got to go. And truth be told, people in my family will tell you that. You don't exist real quick. And leave it at that, because that's not fair to me. That's not fair to my energy. That's not fair to my growth. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to grow as a human being. I'm trying to grow as a woman. I am trying to grow as a goddess. I am trying to grow as a mother. So therefore, all that extra bullshit, all that trauma, all that everything that you have decided to invoke, I'm done with. And I know I have a friend on here who's known me since college, Honey and Salt. She will tell you, I used to change my goddamn phone number like baby diapers. You got a text message on January 1st saying, congratulations, you're still in my life. But now, they got that good old block thing. I block the hell out of somebody. I will walk past. I don't give a shit. If you are blocked on my phone, you're blocked in real life. That means that I'm not going to talk to you. I don't give a shit if we see each other in passing. You can stare me dead in my face and I stare past you like you don't exist. It is what it is. Because I'm not going to continue to relive the bullshit and the trauma. I don't want to make up. I don't want to be friends. I don't want none of that. I don't want any of that. If you ain't funding me, fucking me, or feeding me, there's nothing for us to talk about. So, I don't continue to live in that vibration. I don't continue to live in the bullshit. And I think that has been something that has just been amazing for me for these past few years. It's a learning experience, and no, it is not easy. But once you start to gain the peace, once you start to gain that acknowledgement of, fuck, I don't have those thoughts anymore. I don't feel like this anymore. I don't have those dreams anymore. Once you start to gain that and gain that clarity, and then all of a sudden just shit start happening for you.
Aligning like a move.
Alignment real fucking quick. And I mean, shit will move really fast.
Yeah.
Really fast. She's a witness and testament to that. My god sister is another one. Witness and testament to that. You cannot continue to hold on to stagnant energy. You cannot continue to hold on to these old things that happened to you in your childhood, things that even happened to you in your adulthood. You have to heal from that shit. You have to do your shadow work. You have to release those things. Get your ass in nature. Get that shit out your mind. You know, once you start writing it out, and you know, she said it best, you'll start writing things that you ain't thought about in years, that you didn't even remember affected you. Shit that you have suppressed and you've pushed to the back of your mind, it's still there. It still lives in your subconscious. So when you sleep, that shit runs rampant, and you wonder why you wake up feeling shitty in the morning, or you wonder why you wake up extremely tired, and it is because your mind is not at rest. And until you learn to do the shadow work, until you learn to really release that shit and stop letting it literally control you through your conscious life and your and subconscious life, you are not going to get to where you want to be. Shit is not going to manifest the way you want it to, because you're not doing the work. You're not doing the work. And let's be real clear. Don't think for 1 second that you're going to go do shadow work and then continue moving foul, doing fuck shit. Because it ain't gonna work. And you're going to get your karma back quicker when you do shit like that. So if you ain't ready to move in alignment, then you just ain't ready. But once you have the mindset of, you know what, I'm done with the dumb shit, done treating people like shit, I'm done lying, I'm done doing this little extra bullshit that don't fucking matter. And I hope y'all ain't got no kids watching, because we got potty mouths, so it is what it is. But if you do have a teenager and this message resonates, then you're the parent, you make that, discernment. But once you really try to get yourself in alignment, you got to stop all that other shit. And like she said, releasing is not only words on paper. Releasing is not only just your emotions. Releasing is people, habits. It's what do we call it? We called it purging. We went through a purging process. And that is people, shit, even certain places that you go. People, places, and things. Yep. People have different vices and stuff like that they hang on to, that they hold on to, that does nothing but hold them back. And it's just like, if you are wanting to move within alignment, if you are wanting to really grow and get to where you need to get to and start manifesting the things and the desires of your life, you got to do the work. It's not a cookie cutter process. It's literally not from A to Z.
And be ready for what's to come. So if you ain't ready for what's to come either, gauge that too, because it may move really, really fast.
Yeah.
It may move extremely fast.
So, real fast.
You don't have to be ready for what's to come, because, it may hit you. I've been saying lately, just when people be like, where you been? What's going on? I just go, life hits you fast. Life comes at you fast. One of those little commercials was like that. Life comes at you fast. Yeah. So, you have to be ready as well to receive what it is you're trying to receive. So, that's my thing to be ready.
Oh yeah, because you got to release to receive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's just like literally having a trunk full of shit. Exactly. Like, that's like having a trunk full of shit and you want to go shopping. Where's it going to go? Where are you going to put it at? Where are you going to store that shit? No. You have to release in order to receive.
Yep. And they say what's for you is for you. So basically, everything that's been waiting to be for you is going to come at you once you finally do that work and get in alignment.
Exactly. So remove the stagnant ass thoughts, the stagnant ass energy, the stagnant ass people. If you got motherfuckers that's just not growing, there's a reason. You know what I'm saying? But you have to. Like, you literally cannot just sit and wallow and dwell. And I used to do that. I'm not going to lie to you. I used to do that shit. And it put me in some situations that was just fucking horrible. It put me in some situations that literally put me on my ass mentally. You know what I'm saying? So you have to make sure that you are, like she stated, ready when you start doing the work. This ain't no half in, half out. You can't put your left foot in, put your left foot out. No, fuck that shit. Jump in them puddles and stop playing.
Yeah.
Because she didn't have a motherfucking choice. Again.
Yeah.
Her story is not my story to tell. But at the same token, I'm just going to say, she didn't have a choice. So when we start doing that work, and when she was like, you know what? All right, Cole. She was like, I'm dedicated. I'm ready. I want it. I'm ready. And she will tell you, I stayed in her ass. Like, nope, we ain't doing that.
Yeah.
Nope, we ain't doing that. Nope. You know exactly what I told you to do. Let's do it. She'd be like, all right, okay. Literally.
Yeah.
When she say life hits you fast, she is a living testament of life hits you fast.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, you do start to get in alignment. And two, sometimes it's as simple as saying, like, you're just telling the universe, everything doesn't have to be like magically based or anything like that.
Right.
Your words are power in general, period. And that's something. she's somewhere. You know what?
We already went through
He's
that.
gonna block you for this
We
lie.
already know. We done went through that. We done already said that she's some work. She intense. She know that.
We know.
She done admitted. She admitted to it.
But you know, you start you start verbally as well to align yourself. Like before everything, I just kind of stated out to the universe. I'm just like, you know what? I'm like, I'm ready. I'm just kind of was saying like, I'm ready to meet people like-minded like me, wanting to, you know, kind of get spiritually in tune. This was actually my second spiritual journey. Like I started at one point, dealt with somebody I had no business dealing with, kind of got off track, now I'm back. And so I was just kind of stating, though, like I wanted like a sisterhood, I wanted a bond, you know, things like that. And then boom, like things aligned, and then I met Cole, you know, and the whole WPC crew. So, you know, it was like that came like soon after, like it was just really weird. It just kind of aligned like that. I was actually trying to do some work, was doing it wrong, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna hit Cole up in the chat like separately because I need some help. And then from there, you know, everything just went and it went crazy, and like we're here now. But after that, you know, we started working on like my whole process, letting it go, shadow work, you know, things like that. So literally after I had finally, you know, done what I was supposed to do.
Yeah,
Then,
notice she said finally done what she's supposed to do, because I told that ass a few times, but
yeah, you know, and I wasn't doing it, you know. I wasn't thanging that thing like it was supposed to be thanging, you know. So that was the problem. But so after that, it was like, you know, we had also been having talks about me relocating. I had always knew like I did want to relocate from where I was at. And then she's kind of like, oh, well, you know, North Carolina's a great place, and things like that, and different resources available for my daughter who's special needs. And so I'm like, yeah, you know, maybe next year, you know, I'm like 2022, you know, sounds like hard-headed, yeah. 2022 sounds like a good year for me. You know, I feel like that'll move best, whatever, you know. So I'm like planning for this whole 2022 thing, you know, whatever. That was all I was yelling about. So soon after that, you know, then it was like, hey, you know, like I want you to, you know, you talk to my bro, you know, y'all could just be cool, be friends, whatever the case may be. You know, at first I'm like, nah, I'm good. You know, I don't want to deal with no other dudes because, you know, a whole
nother story that we're not gonna live. But
so,
okay.
You know, I was just kind of like, no, you know, I'm good. Then she, you know, brought it again, and I'm like, you know what, whatever, okay. I'm like, sure, you know. And so here I am. Okay, so we met January 19th. Well, we started talking January 19th. Okay. So in that midst too, I am still super crazy, like with my astrology. I love astrology. I started doing all this shit, you know, checking him out, doing like birth charts and doing astrology, synastry charts and everything. I'm like, you know what, if I'm finna, you know, start dealing with somebody or another dude, I'm like, I'm finna check every single thing in my power just to see how this gonna go. And so oddly enough,
them birth charts, boy.
Them birth charts. If you're not into birth charts,
if you have not done it, do it.
Please do. And I've done, you know, synastry charts, like, you know, and it's online. You can just Google them, and they're free. So, you know, you don't have to. Hold on one second. I don't know if you have no problem.
What is it? Oh.
Hello?
Is that the devil?
Yeah, what's up?
First of all, tell him we busy. What do you need?
Where my what?
But anyway, she did. Looked up everything, like went through, aligned, all kind of stuff. Okay. Went through everything, completely just aligned everything. DM me, Cindy. I have a website that you can go to. It's a website that I sent her as well, that you can go to and get your birth chart. So it's actually really super easy. Again, it's her story to tell, so I really don't want to tell the story, but I can tell you that I continue to tell her that she's going to move prior to 2022. I was like, nah, you're going to move next year, which of course now is 2021. And I told her, I was like, nope, you're going to move. She was like, no, I'm just going to wait. I said, I said, that's too long. I was like, I ain't got time. You know what I'm saying? We done built this bond. We done been all super cool and everything. I'm like, I'm by myself, so you need to move closer, so bring your ass. And she was like, oh, well, I'm just gonna wait. I said, no, that don't work. Bring your ass. Literally, everything started moving hella quick. Like, who do you know finds a house in one day? This one over here. Okay. She found a house in one day. It was the day she was about to go back home. We were sitting in my bedroom and she was like, well, let me check one more time. I told her, I said, well, check out this particular company. And she did. And she said that she was on their website the day before. Did not see what she was looking for. I'm like, okay, go ahead and check one more time. She checked again and boom, the house popped up. Not only did the house pop up, we went, viewed the house. I fell in love with the house. She fell in love with the house. It aligned with the things that she also needed for her daughter. So it wasn't necessarily just about her. It was also about her daughter as well. Because that's my little boo. She's so cute. Like, that's my little boo. She's so cute. And she called me TT. She'd be like, hi, TT. But, you know, like literally she found, how do you know find a house in one day? Literally, when you align.
Back in less than a week to move in.
Because I told her 2022 was not going to be when you move, ma'am. You going to move sooner than that. I kept telling her that. She was like, you keep saying that now, look. So, but I told her at the same time, you put the energy out there. You put the vibration out there of what you wanted and what you needed. So you said you was ready. Get to moving, ma'am. So she did. And she had to do, you know.
Yep. She have all,
oh, she have a y'all. So Milani, she the business, man. She is hilarious. Do you hear me?
Oh man,
she is hilarious.
Everything moves fast.
Real quick, and see, she was trying to put a timeline. Yeah. Oh, it ain't gonna be until this time. It ain't gonna be until.
Right, I'm like, I'll come visit in May. You know, I was saying like, well, I'll come visit in May. You know, and then I ended up visiting in March. And got a job while I got a. So I applied for a job or whatever, did like the interview process. And while I was here visiting in March, then I got the job offer. So like that was really fast too. And then now when I got here, I started working on another job. You know, like it's always good to have a PRN job. And I got that too. So like now I'm doing everything for that. So everything's just moving. I just kind of say what I need. Like if you just say what you need, like it
and
will
work toward it. That's the thing. And work toward it.
What you need, work toward it, and be in alignment and open to have it. It will come. Because like a lot of the stuff, I just kind of said it. Like I'm like, oh, I need a house with a backyard that allows any dog. Because I want my daughter to have a service dog. All right, got that. Got that real fast. And then I'm like, oh, you know, I need a PRN job and whatever else like that. And then I got that. Like, you just kind of start saying what you need and, you know, be ready to accept
that thing.
I
don't
like
God
these,
damn, right?
Like,
we can walk. Let's walk. Yeah, we're going to walk because I'm not going to get shitted on. It's just not going to happen. I don't give a fuck about getting bit. Don't shit on me like that.
Don't want none of that.
Like, just don't shit on me. I don't give a fuck about you biting me. Just don't shit on me. That's an issue for me. That's the same thing with the snake, which my snake did shit on my son the other day, which was hilarious. Karen said she want to see us both soon.
Yes, I know. We do all need to have that get together still. We had mentioned before.
Yeah,
we definitely need to do that. But yeah, it's been a great experience, and everything just like aligning, and when you're ready and you do the work, because I'm like, man, and honestly, I'm like, I can't stand my job. I'm like, I'm sick of doing this. I'm like, I want something different. And then boom, like I kind of said like, oh, I want to go back into XYZ, and then guess what? Now I'm back into doing what I asked for, you know. So it definitely does help, and it works. And, you know, once you're ready and at a point to receive, because honestly, if I was to meet him where I was even in November, I'd have fucked that up. Like,
goddamn squirrel.
I'd have fucked that up. You know, like, I'd have definitely fucked that shit up.
Like a blue star right there.
It is like...
Somebody vomited over here.
I know, I was smelling that too. I'm like...
Yes.
What am I smelling?
Vomit.
God.
Some drunk ass hiker.
Right. But definitely that work is very important, and it's crazy just how when you make one decision, everything changes. Like even a behavioral thing, because it's crazy because he actually had been kind of dealing with some shit of his own. And it was like in December, a week before, I know, it was a week before my daughter's birthday, I had finally decided the cutoff was to happen. I'm like finally mentally made that decision. And crazy thing is later in December is when he decided to end his situation. So it's almost like, you know, once you kind of get in alignment, then things are going to move how they supposed to move, you know. And it's like the universe works so crazy.
You actually want to go back to the car? Or do you want to walk the car around? It's starting to get cold.
Yeah, we can go back.
Okay. Sorry, y'all. We're just trying to figure out what we're
Where
about
we
to do.
going?
Because it's
Yeah,
starting
we
to
can
get
go
cold. Okay. All right. Well, let's continue. But
yeah, it's just crazy how that works because, hey, who knows what would have happened if I didn't make that decision the universe was waiting on me to make. Because they knew what it was when I found Cole. It was almost like that started aligning when I asked for, hey, I need a sisterhood, you know, and that aligned up. I don't know, it's just the universe works so weird because it's just like you got to make those choices, those behavior changes, because you don't know like what's in store for you. You have to let go of what you think is for you. And I mean, I did do asking on like a partner, and I literally told the universe, and I told another friend this, of course you want a pick, but I told the universe, bring me who is for me. Bring me my life partner. Bring me the person that was made for me. I don't even want to go picking these niggas no more, okay? I'm like, please bring me who you made for me, who can handle me, who can deal with me, who can understand me, who I don't have to spend my entire life explaining myself to. I'm like, please, I'm ready for that person, okay? Like, I don't want to ask for this nigga over here who can't commit. I don't want to ask for that one over here who still dealing with his ex-wife or whatever the case, baby mama, whatever the case may be. No, I'm not going to even ask for what I've dealt with. I've had that energy. I need the new energy. I need the energy that is for me. So that is also very important. You have to be willing to get something you ain't never had before.
woo,
Forget
child.
what you used to, okay?
Woo, child.
Like, you have to be ready to get shit you've never experienced before. So, you know, that is extremely important. Like, did I tell you, there's a whole new experience with this one. Like, and I was worried because crazy enough, there were situational circumstances that were what I've had. But the experience overall is not the same. And you can't just turn shit away. I mean, I had my points in the beginning where I'm calling Cole.
Girl.
And I'm like, fuck that shit. I'm not dealing with him. Like, why did she tell me X, Y, Z? Like, oh my God, it's another him, like the other dude I was dealing with. You know, I was like, it's another him. I didn't broke up with that man. Like,
Listen. Do you not understand what I had to go through for this girl?
and it's crazy because even everything I had looked up, we didn't done readings. I done done my astrology. That man aligned to me so well that it's like we just won. Like I had run astrology, synastry charts for other people, and like never have I seen a chart align as perfect as ours. Like you usually have like difficult and challenging aspects and you know all that. No, everything just aligned perfectly in every aspect of our charts together. It was scary. And like even in I had different readings done and they're all like, no, this is it, that's the one, that's it. I did my own readings and the same shit and the same thing, like no, that's it, this is the one right there, you know. So it's like you have to be open to a lot. I mean, like I say, something you've never had. You gotta be open to something you never had. Cause like I'm sorry, if I saw him on the street, I probably wouldn't have even talked to him ever. And that's the thing. Ask the universe what's for you, because not that he ain't ugly. It's just the fact that like usually.
Look, she had to clarify that shit. Like, hey, my bro ain't ugly now.
No, just clarify. Like usually I deal with like these tall, super tall motherfuckers, or you know, like they just usually have like a certain whatever about them. So like, you know, just be ready for something you ain't never had before. Like period, you know, and definitely do the work to get in alignment. For sure. And then like too, I'm not perfect. I've done work, but he still helped me through. It's crazy because that's also what the universe is gonna give you rather. So I'm the type where I'm feelings, emotions, And I be so kind of stuck in things, especially in the
Lord.
past. But that's in everything I look up about myself. This struggle to let go of past. Well, and I always say the universe is so funny because his favorite line, let that shit go. So like being with him, like it ain't no holding on to all the bullshit. And then he doesn't just tell me let that shit go. No, he's very, 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 very wise. So like there is always conversation behind it and counsel behind it. And that's also another thing I've never had in a man. Like he is patient and he will talk me through a lot, the healing process, everything. But like it's just funny though because of how I am, and he's so very let that shit go. So like that growth and elevation I'm gonna continue to have, you know, being with him. So you know, you just never know what's out there.
And then it's just like me and him, we tag team her ass. So
Yeah.
she ain't got a choice through me.
Definitely.
But she doesn't have a choice. Dealing with him and me, she ain't got no choice because we gonna tag team her. Because if he called me and be like, sis, she on that shit again, I'm on my way. Give it a phone. So it's just like there is no regression at this time. There's no regression. We moving forward.
Yes. Yes, moving forward.
So there is a lot to grow through. I don't like to say go through. I'll say grow through.
Yeah.
Because everything is going to be elevation. When you release, you got to receive. You know what I'm saying? So everything is going to be an elevation process.
Yep.
Everything is going to be a process to raise your vibration. I want y'all to see this beautiful trail. Look, we out of breath as fuck.
Well,
But
that
anyway,
was a hike.
that was a hike. That was one hell of a hike. And then, you know, like the squirrels and weird stuff start coming out. So we got to go. But at any rate, everything is a journey. It's a journey for you. It's a journey for your partner. And it's fun to have someone along the ride that aligns with you. And a partner doesn't necessarily mean a lover. Like she stated, we have a sisterhood. You know, we've created one hell of a bond together. Like we are, I don't even want to say I'm gonna say we are hella close. Like, we so close, we talk about crazy shit. Cause I'll be like, man, my ovaries hurt. You know what I'm saying? So, like, we literally get down to the nitty gritty of a full on sisterhood. So, it is good to have someone that can assist you with those things. And like I stated, we balance each other out because she has the emotional aspect of things. And I'm not saying that she's not logical. She's very logical. She's extremely intelligent, very, very smart, a wonderful resource. So I'm not, taking that away from her at all. So I don't want you guys to think like, oh, she's just a ball of emotions and she ain't got no type of logic. Look at that. Just stop and appreciate that right quick. Look at that. Look through the phone, right over the horizon.
I know, right?
Gorgeous.
So beautiful.
I miss you too. But you want to stay your ass in Vegas. I told you, girl, I had to go. But no, I'm not taking that away from her at all. She is extremely intelligent, very resourceful, but it's just situational. She looks at more emotion than logic. I look at more logic than emotion. So sometimes she be having to check me. It's vice versa. So it's not just me saying, oh, blah, 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 blah. She also be like, well, you got to think about it like this, and this. Like where I will see just the
Capricorn energy.
That Capricorn energy, just that plain boom, boom, boom. That's it. She'll be like, well, look at it this way. Think about it this way. Put the emotion here. Think about how you feel. You know what I'm saying? So we really do balance each other out. So it is really good to have that yin and yang when you're on this type of journey. not only that, with your partner as well. But we're both fucking logical. You know what I'm saying? So that's the whole thing. We both look at logic. You know what I'm saying? We don't look at shit else. We look at logic. Neither one of us look at the emotion. We look at the logic. So it is good to have a balance somewhere that can provide you additional insight. So it is always a great thing to do the work, you know. I'm gonna download this video, by the way. It will be on YouTube. I probably won't leave it on Instagram. It'll be on YouTube. But you gotta do the work. You can't expect to get the things that you want without working for it. So neither one of us is saying that this shit is just gonna come to you. It's gonna fall in your lap. It's gonna be hella easy and there's nothing that you gotta do behind it, because that's not accurate. You have to do the work. You have to be dedicated. You have to be serious. You have to be willing to let the shit go. You have to be willing to also have changed behaviors. You have to be willing to let people go, things go, places go, situations go. This is a whole lifestyle. We can go this way. This is a whole lifestyle. This is not just a onesie twosie. Literally, it is a lifestyle.
But it may fall in your lap fast, y'all.
True.
It may fall. Oh, I didn't even tell you about the move.
So, here you go.
So why, okay, I knew my move-in date was March 29th. And originally I was going to do like the U-Haul thing and tow it. And I'm like, no. I'm like, that just is going to be too much for me alone and, things of that nature. So then I looked into this thing, the U-Pack, or it's called U-Pack, whatever. It's when they bring one of like the trailers to your house, or more if you need it, but bring a trailer to your house, you pack it up, lock it, they pick it up, take it out. Well, so originally it kept telling me April 1st was the first day available to bring me one. So I'm like, man, Cole, I'm gonna miss my days. Like, I'm like, I ain't even gonna be able to be there for my move-in day because they can't bring me something until the 1st. Well, I got an email like, oh, save X amount of money, call. So I called, and the guy, we talked through some things, and I'm like, so it's the first, really the earliest? I'm just asking to ask. And he's like, no, that's just the automated system. He's like, let me call your home base. So he came back to me and he's like, oh, someone canceled for tomorrow. They can drop you off a pod tomorrow. So they dropped me off the pod the next day and picked it up. So I was able to be, yeah, so.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, so they were like able to like bring me the pod the next day on a Friday and picked it up on a Friday so that I could be here to move in. I'm just like, damn, that's crazy. And the guy on the phone told me, he's like, that never happens. He's like, no one's ever been able to just call and get a next day pod drop off. So you never know, it may happen fast.
Exactly. So when you are willing to learn, when you are willing to let go, when you are willing to listen, when you are willing to really truly get things done the way they need to be done, they happen quickly.
Yes.
Very, very quickly.
Yeah, because, Spirit wasn't playing with my ass. Spirit like, bitch, get your ass
Right?
out of there. Because I was sure, like, I guess I'll be stuck here longer. Spirit said,
And I was like, hell no.
Spirit definitely said for me, get my ass going. Like, let's go.
They was like, ideal, get gone. Shit, I think you better leave me alone.
Right, yeah, because that was crazy. And I literally, though, like I say, alignment is key. Everybody, or a lot of people run like, oh, I got to get this candle or that candle. It's not always a candle, y'all.
It's not.
Because this whole process right here, I didn't do no work. Yeah. Like, it just was boom, boom, boom happening. Like, and I was telling Cole before, I'm like, oh, we're going to have to do the transport, whatever, the fifth pinnacle of sun or something. We're going to have to do that candle so I can move. No, did nothing. It was just all like aligning. Like, yeah, so.
We ain't do none of that shit.
No, they just was coming. When you get in alignment, it will come.
Yep.
For sure.
That it will do.
Yeah.
But we are about to go ahead and get off of here. This will be the first official post for the Healing Circle that will be on YouTube, because we want to go eat. Where are we going to eat at?
I don't know.
I stole her today. Try something new. I like it. Okay. We could look up just maybe what's in the area.
Yeah.
Because we ain't never been here before. So I ain't never been here. She ain't never been here. But at the same token, like, those are the things that happen, you guys. Healing is so essential. Shadow work, so essential to your growth. Mental, spiritual, physical aspect of you. Healing is very, very essential. So, all right, y'all. We about to go on and get up off of here.
Bye.
We done hiked to the car.
Thank you for listening to my
already.
Story today.
And we tired as hell because
yeah,
that was a hike. So,
literally.
shit.
Yes.
But at any rate, it was beautiful nonetheless. But we'll be back. Make sure you go like, subscribe, turn on notifications for YouTube. We'll be there. So, no problem. Thank you guys.